So what you're telling me is you're single. So who's the special guy in your life? No, I mean, not that there's anything wrong with that. I was just, I just assumed, since, you are like, what, 30, 40, 50. I'm sorry, did that hurt your feelings? Get a dog, honey. You don't need a man. Nuh-uh. Oh, by yourself? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, well, right this way. You're single? Good. My name is Patricia, and welcome to the Singles Club. This side. How about you guys come over here?
Okay.
Hi, Emanuela. Welcome, right? All right, Emanuela. So you're just coming in. So the question is, hey, girl. Ask a married woman anything you've wanted to know. Okay. So my question is, first of all, this is Lexi. Lexi, how many years have you been married?
7.
7 years. And this is Abby. How many years have you been married?
Girl, what year were you in? 16.
Since 2016.
8 years.
8 years.
Yeah, I told you.
Okay, so ladies, how did you know? Everybody says hi. Well, Emmanuel says hi, Lexi and Abby.
Hey.
So Lexi and Abby, how did you know your husbands were the one?
Okay. You want to go first? I mean, I can start first.
Okay. She's like, I know.
I knew my husband was the one because I don't do relationships. But he was just one to just woo me. And it wasn't wooing me with material, like he got in my mind in a way that was just intimate that nobody else could do.
Mercy.
And I was like, okay, let's see how you do. Because, I had many hoes in area code. There was no, I'm serious. Like I was not in a place to settle. I had my whole life planned out the way my life is set up now. Totally wrong. But.
Hey, Raya, welcome.
It was just a way that intellectually that he got me that I was like, I'm a little bit interested. Well, let's just see. And so we actually started dating just to see how it would go. Like, it wasn't like I'm looking for somebody, he looking for somebody, because he wasn't even like that either. We were literally genuinely friends. So I knew his dirt, he knew my dirt, my little dirt. But I knew enough about him to feel comfortable to see what this was like. And here we are 11 years later with 3 kids.
There they are over there.
And a house and a dog, And we still doing it big, so.
Yes. Hey, Patricia. Hey. Oh, so Ryan, you're just coming in. We're asking anything we've ever want to ask a married woman, right? So this is Abby and Lexi. 8 years, 7 years of marriage. All right. So Lexi, the question is, how did you know your husband was the one?
I think for me and Chad, it was really one of those things where you meet a person and you just are like, oh, there you are. What took you so long?
Wow.
It was very, very organic. Our meeting was very organic. Our friendship was one that was like, okay, so you're going to complete my sentences and you're going to complete my sentences. And not like in a, I love you and I love him. Not in that way. But it was one of those things that was very undeniable to the both of us. And I think for me, one thing that I did to confirm what I was feeling was I fasted. Like I was like, God, seriously, is this really the person that I'm supposed to be with? Because he told me we were going to get married on our first date.
Wow.
He was like, so we're friends right now, but eventually we're going to be married. And I was like, but I don't even know if I like you like that.
Hello, somebody.
Nah, bro. And he was like, no, trust me. At the wedding, I'll tell you, I told you so. And I was like, nah.
I'd be extra confident, though.
Right. I was like, nah, I really.
She says, good tip, ma'am. Hashtag
yeah,
fasting.
I was like, I don't even know if I like you like that. But, it realistically, he and I were just of one mind in so many ways. And after praying on it and fasting on it, I was like, okay, God, if this is really who I'm supposed to be with, then that's just me and him. And he is my best friend. He knows me.
Hey, Toy, welcome.
So well. And it's one of those things that we have mutual respect for each other and we work together so well. It's just ridiculous.
Awesome. Toy, for you who are just coming in, we're asking a married woman anything you've ever wanted to ask. So even if you're married, go ahead and ask. Where did you guys meet your significant other? Abby, where did you guys meet?
Actually, my husband, we met in high school. and he was let's see, I was a sophomore and he was a junior, and I didn't like him at all. we were cool. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't like I'm interested in you and I'm just peeping you on the side, to see what you're doing. Like, I knew his dirt. Like, we were mutual friends. And I had no interest. He actually tried to hook me up with one of his homeboys, and I shut him down too. But I love him. He's cool. I love you. I'm not gonna put your name out there, but he's cool. But for me, I wasn't in the right place or space to be like in a relationship. I was a person that was always cool. Like, let's hang out, let's go eat. You know what I'm saying? Let's go play around like as friends, or we actually played as boyfriend and girlfriend before we were actually boyfriend and girlfriend, because I didn't want this guy to keep hitting on me. And I was
so you used him.
Yeah, I did use him. I did. And yeah, but we were high school friends, and there was no interest at all, like at all. I moved away, and so we kind of lost contact a little bit. And then randomly, I called him when I moved out of state, and he still had the same number, and we was like, hey, what you up to? Nothing. And then when I moved back in the area, we were still friends, so we just hung out. Like, we went to Burger King, because that's what you do as teenagers. You ain't got no money. You go to Burger King. Right. We eat at McDonald's every day. So we just had a legit friendship. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he hit on me all the time, but I'm like, nah, player, you're not gonna get this. And
eventually, he got it.
He did.
Come on, somebody.
Hallelujah. Yay. Don't have me start running up in here.
Right? So the question is, how did you meet your significant other, Lexi?
So we met because I was friends with his sister and her husband. And crazy enough is we went to the same college, sang in the same choir. He and I are tight with the same people, never met. I was at his sister's wedding. I went to her reception. He came to my table and talked to everybody but me at my table.
Ooh.
We've just never met. But they had come out to California, and they were bored, and I was there, and so we met or whatever. And it was one of those things that was really strange, where you're like, why am I vibing with this person and I don't even know their last name? And so we struck up a friendship. And he had a lot of other personal stuff happening, and so I was like, you need to go handle that, because I'm not that type of girl. We cool, but I need you to go take care of that. If we cross paths later on in life, that's cool, but if not, that was nice to meet you. But we lost touch for a while. Several months later,
hey Cynthia, welcome.
He was
this way.
I was living in a place, and he was moving down to that place, and we ended up talking, and it was me and him ever since. And so we have been friends. We just really developed our friendship before we really even started dating. But yeah, it was real random the way we met, and it was really funny because our friends were like, wait, but why do you know her and why do you know him? But we're so tight with the same people.
So a lot of mutual friends. It doesn't make any sense why we didn't cross paths earlier, right?
I just know
God's timing.
Yeah, I just had to know it was God's timing, because our life probably would have been a lot different.
Okay, so BJ says she's married, and she both dated and married. Okay, all right. So we have 3 questions now. So BJ asked first. She says she's married and she does date night. Yes. Do you guys do date night?
Definitely.
Yes.
Definitely. You got to rekindle that fire. You got to.
Listen, if you stop dating, start it again. Okay? You don't stop.
It's so necessary. Even with or without kids, you definitely need that time, because you both get in that get up, go to work, come home, be on that grind. You have to keep that fire going. You have to keep that connection. Because when you stop dating, then you start treating that person like a roommate instead of your boo. And that you can get into a lot of hairy stuff that way.
Yeah.
Somebody asked, I need to start writing this down. Okay, guys, remember your questions, because I'm going to forget. Okay. So the next question I remember is, somebody asked, what age were you when you guys got married?
I was 26.
Okay, so Lexi was 26.
I was 20.
20.
21.
21. Okay. Somebody else asked a question about after that, and I forgot. Lisi asked, how was the first few months of marriage, transitioning into it?
That was a fight every day. Every day.
Oh, sorry. She was like, excuse me, you to get all my question. She also wants to know when you guys had kids.
Okay.
How old?
Well, for us, the first part of the question, the transition from being single, dating, to being married, that first year was rough.
Hey, Jessica, welcome.
That first year is rough because you're trying to get two people to figure out how to do life together. You know, and it's like, I don't understand why you can't change the cardboard roll on the toilet paper. You in there 30 minutes, but you can't take the 2 seconds to change it.
Well,
you know? And it's like World War III. If you like OCD like me and you like things just so, and then you got somebody that don't. So it just takes time to work together and figure out how you're gonna live life together. So it's a struggle, but you get through it because you love each other.
Right.
Like leaving your shoes in front of the door.
Yeah, like leave your shoes in front of the door.
You just don't leave your shoes at the door.
Like,
you know, and after so many like warnings, okay.
Right.
Until you almost break your neck, and then you move the shoes to the side.
Right.
It only took about 2 years.
Right.
But
it happens. But you have to be patient.
Patient.
We there.
I mean, I've been married 7 years. He washes clothes now. He washes dishes now. He will vacuum.
Amen.
Patience. You ain't gonna get it all in year one.
No.
Just patience.
No,
you know?
no.
But let's see. We had our son. I was 30 when we had our son.
How about you, Abby?
LJ, sorry y'all. I'm breastfeeding, just to let you know.
Oh Lord.
LJ 7.
It is what it is. LJ 7. LJ was born in 2000. So maybe about a year and a half after we were married. So 2009.
Yeah, because that was when we got married.
Yes.
So you were.
I was 22.
22 when you had our first child.
LJ.
Okay. Oh, that was the question I missed. Are your names hyphenated, or did you change your last name? And the other person wants to know about your finances. How do you sort your finances?
Okay, last name is easy.
Yeah, I changed my name.
I changed my name. First of all, okay, listen here. My husband's last name is long. Okay, ain't no hyphenation right there. No, straight change.
See, there was. I had always planned on taking my husband's name.
Yes. I think it's very.
My
helpful.
husband was married before, so I'm his second wife, and that was an issue in their marriage because she didn't want to take his name. There was a lot more issues than just that, but I'm just saying. So for him, he thought he was gonna have a fight because he was like, "Listen, you're gonna take my name when we get married," and I was like,
Okay.
Yeah. That's what I had planned to do. And he was like, "Oh,
Yes, baby.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying because." And I'm like, "No, just tone it down. That's the plan." You know.
Do you ever feel like you're losing yourself in your marriage? How do you remain you? But
Okay,
remember, there's a finance
finance.
question.
Wait,
Okay.
finances first.
Okay.
So for us, finances is always a continuous struggle in the sense that you have to communicate. You know, because it's no longer your money and my money; it's our money.
Mercy.
So we have to communicate as to, okay, these are the bills. This money is for this. This money's for that. Everybody has to be on the same page. Otherwise, somebody's spending some money that's allocated somewhere else.
Right.
So you have to be on the same page. You can't be, well, I make more money than you and da-da-da. Like, you can't do that. Like, you have to just be on one accord and be like, okay, this is our money. This is our house. We have to take care of what we got to take care of.
Right.
So, you know, that's...
Yeah.
It's just it's us. We're doing
Yeah.
life together. So it's
Yeah.
not me versus you. Now we have a joint account and we have our own personal accounts because I do believe in having your own money that you
Yeah.
can do whatever the hell you want to do with it.
Yeah.
And ask
Absolutely.
no questions asked.
Right.
But
She just answered that
Yeah.
question. Go ahead.
Yeah.
you know, but at the same time, you know, you're still taking care of home.
Yeah. Yeah. And the thing about finances is how you handle finances change. What it was when we first started, it may not be what it is 10 years later.
Yeah.
And it's not a good or bad thing. It's about where you are in life and where you're going to.
Right.
So at least for both of us, we're basically all entrepreneurs, and some of us also still have like 9 to 5s. So the way we allocate our money now is different from when we allocated our money
in the beginning.
years ago when when everybody was working 9 to 5s. It was a little different. And, you know, me and my husband, we've always had separate accounts.
Girl, right. I totally get you.
And it's not a his money, my money. Be honest, when we first got married, we weren't so well off. So literally we had separate accounts just to make sure somebody was still positive. Okay, because if somebody's account went negative, okay, let's go use your account.
Let's use your account.
I'm being real. Like, there's sometimes we both can't be in the negative. We gotta have 2 accounts.
I mean,
you know,
I hide money.
Okay,
to be legit, I hide money. Yeah, like I got little hiding places all throughout my house. I have $100 tucked away here, $50 tucked away there, because you never know. Stuff come up, I'll be like, oh, no worries, I got this.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Stuff happens. Stuff happens. Like,
love it.
Yeah. Or like you get a check in the mail that was an unexpected check.
Mercy.
Like I'll put that check to the side. Be like, I don't need this to go in the account because I don't need nobody taking out no money.
No withdrawals.
Nope. I'll put this to the side.
I don't sign up for anything automatic. Nope.
Now, what was that other question?
The question was, how do you remain you? You know what I mean?
Right.
She says, thanks for your honesty. Go ahead.
That's a work in progress.
It is, because like I said, you as a person you transition.
Right.
Who I was 10
I just want to
years
say we need to do a TV show. Go ahead.
who I was 10 years ago is not the person who I am right now.
Hold on. Does your spouse have friends outside of your marriage, or all friends mutual? So that's the next question.
Okay.
Just so y'all know. So just
Mutual
we're not
friendship.
related.
You know my brain.
Friendship.
I've had 3 kids.
Right.
3 chunks of brain cells are given out.
When you're trying to define who you are, when you first get married, most people will just throw themselves into marriage, which is what we all do.
Yeah.
And you're like, I just want to be a wife. I just want to, listen, and don't fall into the trap, okay? Don't do it.
Don't do it.
I'm going to cook all the meals. I'm going to clean everything. He don't have to do nothing. I'm going to just take care of my man. And that's cool if that's what you want to do for the rest of your life. If you start out that way, he going to expect that.
Okay.
Yes.
So,
and meals be on the table,
like,
warm,
why in the world
ready.
I'm doing all of this? I'm working, cleaning, cooking, and he's sitting on the couch because that's what you did for the first 3 years of your marriage. Why would he expect anything else from you?
Wow.
So, if you say, listen, together, so guess what? I'm going to clean the bathrooms. I'm going to clean the kitchen. You going to clean the bedroom and the living room, and that's how we're gonna divide it, and we're gonna divide and conquer in this house. So you just have to know,
and then you overlap.
You overlap, and it's not hard and fast, but you definitely have to work together. But really knowing who you are, it's a constant evolution, because you have to get to know who you are now as a wife. And then as soon as you have kids, you have to get to know who you are now as a mother.
Yes.
And you can't lose yourself in what you like as a person. Yeah. And it takes work. There's a lot of stuff that's happened in my life, and I've had to sit back and go, okay, now what do I even like anymore? What do I like to do for fun? The joy I have, my me time is going to get my eyebrows done. That's my me time.
Yes, honey.
You know what I mean?
Can we get mine done today?
I get off. You see this? I get off at 12 on Fridays, and he knows, do not call me from 12 o'clock to whenever I get home in the afternoon. That's my me time. I'm going to go, even if all I do is walk around Nordstrom Rack and don't purchase nothing. I just need my own time.
Right.
You have to allocate some time for yourself to just decompress and have a brain.
And be you.
And just be you. Yeah.
There was a point where I did lose myself.
Question about
just because
Anika B. Anika
something I had to take care of. Really pertaining to the children. So I had one child that needed more of my attention than anything, and that required me to make some serious decisions, like I'm not going to work. You know what I'm saying? Which of course affects our finances and affects what we can do, where we could go, the lifestyle that we live. And so in that, because I was so task oriented with that.
Michelle, ask that question again. I
did lose myself, but I'm at a place now where everything's good. Everything's on the upside now. And so I started to reflect on the things that I used to do. Do I still like to do those things? And even jumping into some new things that keep me self-motivated, help me feel, beautiful if there are days that I just feel down. You know what I'm saying? It's always a work in progress, you know what I'm saying? And it's never completely absolute. Like, there's always more I can dip into. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not so concrete as this is this, this is this. And
you're
transition.
ever changing, and you have to understand that about
and
yourself.
And it's okay to change.
And your spouse.
It's okay to change.
If you don't like that like you used to, that's fine.
Yeah.
You just have to say that.
Yeah.
Right.
I know we got to
about the
what is this?
Friends outside of the marriage. Yes, my husband has a ton of friends.
Oh, right. That was
Yeah, my husband has a ton of friends outside the marriage, outside of our marriage group.
So the question was, do you guys have separate friends or mutual friends? Okay.
We have both.
Yeah.
We have both. Strangely enough, my husband has a lot of female friends. I'm not the jealous type. I don't really care. Because I know them.
And they know me.
At
least for me, I knew who my husband was and the things he did because we were friends. Before there was before there was like an intimate interest.
Right. So you didn't. They know.
Somebody said, "Preach."
Right, there was no fronting. I knew what it was. I knew I was getting myself into, and to expect anything different would be stupid on my part.
Right.
Well.
Even if there was things that I wanted to change, I had to accept him for who he was, and he needed to accept me for who I was at that moment.
Come on, somebody.
You can't, and please don't. I don't know who's single or whatever, but let me just tell you this: whatever you thought was cute while you were dating will not be cute when you get married.
Well,
it will be the most annoying thing ever. Okay. Marriage will not fix that person.
Well,
okay, it'll only highlight the terrible things that
my mom
that were
says
only
that.
just okay. Then.
Yeah,
like, if he's a lazy bama and plays video games all day every day, it ain't gonna change when you get married. Just because he has more responsibilities, it's not going to. So make sure you know who you
accept the full package.
Accept the full package.
Yeah,
if he's a person that is not real touchy-feely or very emotionally in tune, that's not going to change. It just is what it is. You have to accept that person for who they are. And if you need that emotional connection like that and you need that more touchy-feely, either you accept that from that person and you may find another girlfriend or something like that can help with that emotional thing that you need, or you need to be with somebody else
that's more emotional.
That's more emotionally in tune with what you need. That's just the way it is. But you can't expect, if somebody's not connected that way and that's not how they were brought up, you can't expect them to think that way.
All of a sudden,
So
true story.
True story.
Another question.
I feel like we missed one.
Yeah, there was.
Did we miss a question, guys? If it was your question, re-ask it. If not, then we have time for another question. Let us know. For those of you guys who are just joining, this is Abby.
Hi.
This is Lexi. Hi. They're both married, 7 years. Yeah. So anything you want to know, whether you're married or not, ask it now. And trust me, they'll be very honest. They'll be very blunt. Anything you want to know about married life and being married, let us know.
I think, I'll say this. I think a lot of people sometimes think of marriage on the negative side.
Right.
It's like, despite all, everything that has been said is true.
What is the upside about marriage?
We connect, girl.
That's Raya. Raya's our girl.
Hey, Raya.
It's awesome.
My husband is my best.
Because Raya is scared of marriage. She mentioned it in the comments as you guys were talking. So go ahead.
Don't be afraid.
My marriage. I love my marriage. I'm able to be me. My husband has seen the worst of me, and he still wakes up and calls me beautiful and honors me. Loves on me.
Some don't know you have to work past it. Work at it past the wedding day.
Yeah,
It is work.
It is work, because sometimes there are things that even we individually have sheltered and hidden in that secret most place that we never want to rise up. And the reality is, depending on, the reality is it comes up to the surface. And, for my husband, he's been very patient. He's like very encouraging and gives me great advice on how to handle those things, despite what I think. He gives me another perspective that I truly respect, and know that he's telling me the truth more than a facade that's just like, okay, I'm gonna give you these tools so you can handle it by yourself and you can stop asking me. Like, we dialogue and we talk, you know what I'm saying? And that's like very, something you could really, really cherish.
It's amazing. Like, I love my husband with every fiber of my being.
Girl, I'm about
That
to
man,
run. Catch the
listen,
baby.
that man is
That's the
everything.
baby.
And flaws and all,
Yes.
he is my heart.
Yes.
And
Flaws
I can
and
talk
all,
to
yes.
him about anything. He accepts me for who I am, flaws and all. He's my best friend, and he loves the ground that I walk on. He loves every curve, wrinkle, and roll
Honey.
in his body.
Come on,
rolls.
somebody.
You know what I mean?
These
And it's
rolls.
just-
Yes.
These
he
stretches.
He loves everything, and it's so wonderful to have that person that you can walk through life with, knowing that they got your back. Like my husband and I, we've been through hell and back together.
Somebody
Like,
says glory.
and so, like for us, for all the things that we've been through, and to still be together, like
Yeah.
that's my ride or die. Like it don't matter what happens, it's me and him against the world.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that I love about marriage is that that's your person.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
your one.
Yeah.
And it don't matter what else happens,
Nope.
they got your back.
They do.
And they'll tell you about yourself even when it's hurtful. You be like, dang, I didn't know I was a jerk
That's
like
a good
that.
question, Toy.
But it's something to help you grow.
Yeah.
And something he makes me better, and I help him be better.
Okay, so that's two good questions. So the first question was, do you get along with your in-laws, and how was that relationship in the beginning? The next question was, any advice that you have for single women?
Okay.
My in-laws, yeah.
Love my in-laws.
My in-laws are great. They're
amazing.
not. My mother-in-law she's very sweet, and she's passive, but she's
Sorry, guys,
sweet.
we're missing. Well, the lighting is whatever. The sun
the
is going
sun.
away. The
Oh,
clouds, whatever. But y'all can see. Y'all can see
My
it.
in-laws are very cool, very chill. There is no overstepping. I don't think I've ever dealt with that ever. Mutual respect. Oh, my mother-in-law, she just, before we got married, she was just like, listen, this is my son, and I need you to, be who you say you are. Be who you displayed yourself to be to us. And just love him and cherish him. I'm pretty much giving the reins to you because he's out of my hands now. I raised him up. Now you're about to be his wife. So, I pray that, you just do a great job. Yeah.
So she's released him for you to be that person to him now.
For him. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And it's not like she's always there and she's nagging and Like she's so warming. Like I'm trying to be like you, Mom.
And like my in-laws, I love my in-laws. They're wonderful people.
Yeah.
Just wonderful people. I love them so much. But they're not without flaws.
Oh, absolutely.
We get along extremely well.
Yeah.
But I also know for the family dynamic, we can't live in the same city. And it's
That's
one of those
important to
things-
know, though.
And you have to have boundaries. They do really well. Like we have a really great relationship when we're not living close together, because there are boundary issues.
Yeah.
But in order to have a great relationship, we don't live in the same city. And that's fine. Because I love them and they love us and we work very well together. We go home to visit. We hang out. We kick it.
Yeah.
No issues. But we can't live close together.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
I haven't tested that. I haven't tested that, so I can't say no.
That's
Well.
okay. And so, having those boundaries are important. And what was that other question?
Advice. What advice would you have
Single
for
ladies.
single ladies?
Be who you are.
Yeah.
And don't put on a front.
Yeah.
Of
And, I think a lot of times too, you have to understand that, like, in the Bible it talks about, he that findeth a good wife findeth a good thing. You don't have to look. It's
Yeah.
okay.
I wasn't looking.
Like,
we
don't-
were not looking.
No.
It came
not
to
at all.
our
Like, I
lap.
was chilling, fine.
Exactly,
Single.
girl.
So I
Had
think
hoes.
a lot of I think a lot of times single women get caught up in, oh my gosh, I'm this age and I don't have anybody or whatever. And I know a lot of outside pressure, like, oh, you're this age, you should be married, or you should, like, there's really no time frame on those things.
No.
What you want to make sure is that when the right guy comes along, you want to be ready for him.
Well,
That's right.
Because you will have this whole list of he got to be this and he got to be that. But
are you ready?
If
Are you
he
ready?
showed up today,
Well,
would you be this and would you be that and would you be this for him?
she says she's 35 and she deals with that feeling a lot.
Yeah,
She's
I mean,
not.
You gotta be complete in yourself.
you know, and
There
you
is
have
no
to-
man that can compliment you to complete you.
exactly.
This whole package.
When can he see you in your bonnet before and after marriage? That's the
Thank
next
you.
question.
Well, yes.
When can he see you in your bonnet before or after marriage? Go ahead. Finish your
Before.
thought, though.
Before
Before
he needs to know.
tracks off and all.
Tracks off.
The transition.
Eyelashes
from the track,
off.
The transitions from the track to the salon. I didn't think, hey, boo, I'm on my
Don't
way.
be trying to lie. He needs to know that your forehead start back here.
Girl,
He needs to know that.
Your hairline all
needs
the
to
way
know that.
back here. He needs to know you don't have no
Thank you.
edges.
Like
He needs to know who's
if you,
supporting the edge control. You know what I'm saying?
if you caught him with the contour, then you better wake your tail up at 3 o'clock in the morning and put that contour on before that man wake up.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because don't be looking like who did it and why.
Well.
And he wake up like, I don't know this person.
Girl, you got to get me in the shot now.
Okay, my bad.
All I'm saying is, you know, just be who you are.
Yeah,
you
be
know,
about
and
it.
yeah, you 35 and that's okay.
It is.
Be you and be great at it. You know what I mean?
Because you
Be
don't want
complete.
to, you don't want to be less than and miserable.
Right,
I see
'cause you
that
don't-
all the time. And
you
then
better off-
compromising.
Yeah,
Your
you're better off
standards.
being
about
single
it.
than being miserable with somebody that you're not supposed to be with.
Come on, somebody.
But you don't
Somebody's
stress
not-
about it.
yeah.
You know, trust me. Marriage is work. Like you single ladies, y'all want to be married, and that's cool. But if you don't want to work, then you're better off just changing and be single.
Well,
Cause it's a wonderful thing, and I love it, and I wouldn't change anything
Right.
about
Absolutely.
that. But it's work, and it's not for the faint of heart. So
Right, because when the challenges come.
Right.
Because the challenges will come. And
Because
there will be
ain't
something
gonna
to
be
challenge.
no riding off into the sunset happily ever after.
what are some challenges you didn't expect?
Oh,
Um,
you want to take that one first? I have several.
Go ahead, Lexi, since you got several. Abby thinking about it.
no, it's not that I'm thinking about. I'm just thinking of a way to phrase it.
Just
Yeah.
you could give it to
I
him just
don't
like it
know.
is.
I think for me, the challenges I didn't expect, mostly, I didn't expect, I expected him to change and do different and do things the way that I thought in my head that he should do things, and he doesn't, because that's just not, he's not me. And so I
And
had to
he's
really,
him.
and he's him, so I had to reconcile that in my mind, like that's just not how he does things.
No.
And that's okay as long as they get done. You know, and so that can be applied to a lot of different things.
Yeah.
Some things that I didn't expect, neither one of us. You know, we had our son in 2012, and he passed away in 2014. Like, for all intents and purposes, that should have wrecked us. 85% of marriages divorce after losing a child. 85%. But because when we first got married, we decided that it was going to be us against the world, and that come hell or high water, we were going to fight to stay together. Then we were determined and are determined to be a part of that 15% that stays together.
Yeah. I mean, from the beginning, we were like, you know, we want our marriage to, we want to be transparent. You know what I'm saying? We're not trying to be a couple. I'm not we're not perfect.
This is not
Nor
the
do we claim-
Instagram, Facebook couple. This is real
Right,
life,
this is
y'all.
real life.
This
Real
life.
life. Like, I went to bed and no, I shower. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right. I'm like,
No, I hear you.
These sheets.
Right.
That's just,
No, we didn't cook today. And
I'm
butter
not
sandwiches, it is.
Right?
And it was very hard for me to be vulnerable. That was probably just be vulnerable to allow someone to take care of me just as good and better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So my husband would be like, I need you to relax. Let me do what I do. And it was very hard. And sometimes even still hard. Because now we have new things like children. So I'm still want to take control and handle everything. But as I learned, I can't do everything, and that's why I have a husband. That's why he's in my life. You know what I'm saying? I have to let him do for me, and he always does great. You know what I'm saying? He always has my best interests at heart.
Yeah, and I think that's important.
Communication is key.
I think that's an important thing.
It's very hard.
To know is that being able, because I'm really
good
independent.
question.
And I can't read now.
I know, right? I'm independent, and so allowing somebody to take care of me or to do
over that space.
you know, it's like to allow somebody to have that space. That's part of, like, I know people say like wives need to submit to their husbands. Yes, they do, but you have to have a man that you can trust to submit to.
There you go.
Who's worthy of
Who's
your
worthy.
submission?
Because
Come on, somebody.
if he's not worthy of
You know,
submission,
and
if
so
you can't do it, then
if he
he
can't do
might
it-
not be for
Right.
you. And
Well-
don't beat yourself up.
Right. You
Well-
know, like my husband's the type of person, you know, I can be like, well, I'm going to do this. And he'd be like, nah, babe, that's not about to work. And for whatever reasons, you know, he don't just tell me no just to be telling me no. But I
Right.
mean, you know, but there'll be reasons behind it. And I might be like, man, I'm on my way. And he'd be like, nah, boo, I got
Yeah.
this. And I'd be like, all right.
All right, cool.
Because
Like he shut
I-
it down so nice.
Yeah.
You'd be like,
he
yes,
just be shut
daddy.
me down. And I'd be like, man, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. But it's necessary. You know, because I let him be the man of my house, you know?
He's in that
like,
space.
I can kill bugs. I don't care about killing bugs.
Oh, no, I don't do that.
But I don't kill bugs
Raise.
because I have a husband.
I have a raised
Well-
fund.
I don't take out trash because I have a
Does that work?
husband.
Well,
Well, I don't got trash, no.
No.
so somebody asked, as an introvert, how do you learn to share your space?
Oh, man.
That's what I said. I was like, that's a good question.
Man.
And the perfect people to answer this
Man.
question.
That is a struggle.
We have to do another day for that.
That is a struggle, y'all.
That is a loaded question.
And another thing that I noticed in Lexi's home, guys, is that she has her office and he has his space as well.
Yes, we cannot share
So
all
if
this.
you're an introvert, you know, your house doesn't have to look like everybody else's space, right?
Right.
So you sort of tailor your home to whatever your needs are.
Your house, so you have to
You have it the way you want to. So if you need your separate space, if he needs to have his man cave somewhere, or you need to have your beauty room or your whatever, do whatever it
Because
is that
you're
you
still a
need.
person.
Right.
You know, you have your shared spaces and you agree how houses should be kept, you know, this way or that way. But, you know, it's definitely work in progress. And I would say probably the first 3 years, it's definitely more of a back and forth than like now. We're 7 years in.
Ooh, okay. Girl, Toy, you getting all up in their business? Okay, so the first question was, how do you and your spouse deal with disciplining your children? And the second question was, how do you deal with when your husband wants to become intimate and you ain't feeling it at that particular time?
That's funny because we talked about disciplining children earlier
This
right?
morning we talked
So,
about, yeah.
For me, when my kids do stuff, I tend to be the yeller. Oh my God, what you do? Like I'd be like, I admit I panic sometimes. My husband's been telling me it, but I've been like, nah, I don't panic. I handle the situation. We're all handled. I panic, and what I've learned, I've noticed that, and so I kind of like when I see myself doing, I kind of retract, like okay, and I try not to react so much in disciplining the kids in that initial panic. So I usually tell them go somewhere, and I'd be like, I say okay, and if my husband's not home, I'll text him or I'll call him. Or if he's home, I'll just go tell him. Or if he's present, he'll look at me and he'll be like, I'm going to walk away because I need you to handle it. Because my husband will discipline without emotion. When I say without emotion, but it won't be
It won't be like an
provoked
anger.
by
It's
it won't
on
be
the principle.
Right.
Yeah.
It's strictly principle. I will discipline on anger. So I don't discipline as much, but when I do, I know it's at a point where I need to. My husband's more of the disciplinarian because he's more level-headed at that time to do the disciplining.
So how about the other question?
Intimacy.
How do you deal when you're not feeling it?
When you're not feeling
How do you
it.
handle that situation?
Now, it all depends. If you really not feeling that, now this is just for me. Okay? If I'm really not feeling it,
I'm in class.
if I'm I'm really not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. Catch me in the morning.
Maybe I'll be feeling it then.
Catch me in the morning. But most of the time, you know, most of the time, if you're not feeling it, you have to kind of think about why you're not feeling it. You know, are you just tired? Are you upset, and so you're not emotionally connected? Because a lot of times, if you're upset or stressed, something like that, you're not emotionally connected with your spouse, and so you're not gonna be in the mood because you're too stressed out, you uptight or whatever. Or if you're angry with that person, you know, for something that happened 3 weeks ago, but you didn't talk about it, so it's been festering, so you harboring resentment, then you got to address that before you can actually, you know, release yourself to your husband.
Right.
And so, you know, a lot of times I'm just tired. I work 9-hour shifts. I commute an hour each way to work. I'm just tired. So when I get home, I'm just not about it.
Right.
But I'll be like, listen, I'm going to go to bed right now. Catch me at about 3 o'clock in the morning.
You do that midnight rendezvous too?
Yeah, girl,
yes.
Give me about 3-4 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
Give me about 3-4 hours of sleep, and I got you.
No, seriously, because sometimes it's usually at the end of the day, and I told my husband, like, let's do the midnight rendezvous. Like, listen, just tap me over, you know, just do what you gotta do.
Yeah. Shoot, just, you know,
cannot.
Between 12 and 2, baby.
Yeah. But a lot of times that's
You know,
or like first thing in the morning.
because that will set your mood right for the whole day.
First thing
It
in
don't
the
matter who
morning.
cuts you off. It don't matter who cuts you out. You're gonna be all right.
I can't.
You know?
I can't.
But that's real.
And the reality is, we as women, we do so much. We harbor so many emotions,
Right.
and it takes over so much. And the reality is, sometimes I just don't feel like doing it. You know what I'm saying? And so I've learned to please him in ways that doesn't require all of me.
Yep.
Things that he likes. And
What do you mean
have to
by
be
that,
open.
Abby?
I mean, sometimes you just gotta slob the knob and you got your nut, you good, let's go to bed. He's happy and he ain't getting it from somebody else. We bless God. Hallelujah. I'm just being real because if they don't do it, somebody else is gonna be doing it. Susie Q in the corner looking and people to come through the door. You know
Well,
that ain't happened to me because I should know that. But you have to be open in your sexual life. I guess we're going into sex. You have to be open.
honest.
And it doesn't happen in the first year or the 5th year. But you will get there, okay? And you talk about it. You have to talk about how it makes you. Girl, you better charge your battery now.
wait, no, we wrapping
You
it up.
have
So
to be you have to be comfortable and you have to expand
You have to be honest.
your
You just have
sex,
to be
what
honest.
you're open for, and you have to be honest. And for me, over the years, he realizes, like, so now, as of recently, he'd be like, you know, we generally talk about what's going to happen during the day. So he'll be like, you know, babe, you know, I'm planning on doing this to you. So that means,
Get your mind right.
Get your mind right. He get my mind right from the beginning, okay?
Right. It's
He already
going
know
down.
he's planting that seed. So I'm anticipating that. So one, I have to strategically operate my day so I'm not completely worn. And or go take a nap.
one more question.
One more.
One last question. We'll answer for you guys in the next few minutes.
This is so fun.
Man, you guys are great. We gotta do this again.
All right, there you go. I'm telling you guys, we need to do it. Maybe a video next
I have
time.
no
Any more questions?
problems.
You love this topic. You as a Christian, you love this topic. Awesome. Any questions?
There was a question that. Dang. There was a question.
I'm
that
sure
we
there's
missed.
some. Jessica, you asked how they knew that their husbands were the ones. We actually answered that in the beginning. So watch the replay. She asked, "Did you consider yourself whole before you got married, or did you fix some things? Consider yourself whole after you got married?"
You know, I consider myself to be very whole as a single person. And after being married, I realized that there was another level of wholeness. You know,
Yes, wasn't that deep, Svetlana? Yes, she did that thing. All right, guys, go ahead and close here. I appreciate you guys coming and saying hello
Thank you guys.
to my guests.
Thank
I'm gonna give y'all 30 seconds. Can y'all hit that, tap that thing and give me some hearts? Give them some hearts. Say thank you for coming.
Thank you guys.
Appreciate you guys
so
coming
awesome.
through. Yes, it's wonderful, right? So for those of you guys who tuned in, go ahead and watch the whole replay. I promise. Bless you. Thank you, Ryan. Thanks for coming in. If it's your first time, check me out on YouTube, God's Design. We need a benediction. I can't with you. They are best. I can't with you. Yes, let's do it again. Amazing. All right. May the Lord watch between me and thee, right? So I appreciate it, guys. I appreciate it, guys. What is the next one? I don't know. We'll do this again. We will. We'll have to do it again. We have to. So if you guys didn't know, I'm in Dallas, right? I'm at Lexi's house. So these are my Orlando. Yes, we will do it. We will do it again. Y'all wait. Y'all wait and see.
New Year's Eve special edition.
I know, right?
That'd be awesome.
We will definitely do it again, and hopefully, maybe we can even bring it to YouTube. That would be awesome. You're in Dallas, we're up to girl.
Girl, where you at? I'm about to go.
Right? You coming with us? Right? Didn't we really? So I appreciate you guys watching. You guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and I will stay with Jesus. We'll check you guys soon.
All right. Bye.